For thousands of years, humans have been captivated by a remarkable metal. It does not rust or tarnish. It shines with a warm yellow light that seems to hold the sun's own radiance within it. This metal is gold. From the moment our ancestors first found a gleaming nugget in a riverbed, it has been a symbol of power, beauty, and eternity. We find it in the crowns of kings and queens, a sign of their divine right to rule. We see it in the sacred objects of ancient temples, a connection to the gods. This enduring fascination is a story as old as civilization itself, a constant thread in the human journey. So, what is this substance that holds such power over our imagination? In simple terms, gold is a chemical element, one of the basic building blocks of our universe. Its scientific symbol is O, which comes from the Latin word for gold, aurum, meaning shining dawn. It is incredibly dense, meaning a small piece of it is surprisingly heavy. It is also the most malleable of all metals. This means a single ounce of gold can be stretched into a wire over 50 miles long, or beaten into a sheet so thin that light can pass through it. This unique combination of beauty and workability is a key reason for its timeless appeal. The allure of gold goes far beyond its physical properties. It represents something permanent in a world that is always changing. While empires rise and fall, and paper currencies can lose their value overnight, gold endures. It has been a reliable store of wealth for countless generations. People have used it to secure their family's future, to flee from danger, and to start new lives. This sense of security is perhaps its most precious quality. It offers a tangible piece of certainty, a physical anchor in the unpredictable tides of human history and finance. Gold is not just a metal, it is a promise of stability. This universal value has made gold a language that everyone understands. It needs no translation. A gold coin from the Roman Empire is still recognized for its value today, not just by collectors, but by anyone who understands its intrinsic worth. This shared understanding has connected cultures across vast distances and different eras. Whether as intricate jewelry, a standard for money, or a component in our most advanced technology, gold continues to weave its way through our lives. It is a silent witness to our history and a vital part of our future, a truly global treasure that belongs to all of humanity. The story of gold does not begin here on Earth. It begins in the vast, violent, and beautiful expanse of the cosmos. The elements we see all around us, like the iron in our blood or the calcium in our bones, were forged in the hearts of ordinary stars. But gold is different. Creating an element as heavy as gold requires an event of almost unimaginable energy. For a long time, scientists were puzzled about its origins. They knew that the fires of a typical star, even one much larger than our Sun, were not powerful enough to create it. The answer, it turns out, is far more spectacular and dramatic. We now believe that most of the gold in the universe was born from the cataclysmic collision of neutron stars. These are the incredibly dense, collapsed cores of massive stars that have exploded as supernovae. Imagine two of these city-sized objects, each more massive than our Sun, spiraling towards each other at nearly the speed of light. Their eventual collision creates a cosmic firework display called a kilonova. This event is so powerful that it ripples the very fabric of space and time. In this brief, intensely energetic moment, lighter elements are bombarded with neutrons and transformed, forging heavy elements like platinum, uranium, and, of course, gold. Following these cosmic explosions, clouds of dust and gas, rich with newly formed gold and other heavy elements, drifted through space for billions of years. Over time, gravity pulled these materials together to form new stars and planetary systems. Our own solar system, born about 4.6 billion years ago, was formed from just such a cloud. As the young Earth took shape, it was a molten ball of rock. Heavier elements, like iron and gold, naturally sank towards the planet's core due to gravity. This means that the vast majority of Earth's original gold is locked away deep within its core, completely inaccessible to us. So, if all the gold sank to the core, why do we find it near the surface? The gold we mine today is a gift from a later cosmic event. During a period known as the Late Heavy Bombardment, about 4 billion years ago, the inner solar system was pelted by asteroids and comets. These celestial bodies, which were themselves seeded with gold from those ancient neutron star collisions, crashed into our planet's surface. They delivered a new veneer of precious metals to the Earth's crust and upper mantle. Over geological time, volcanic activity and the movement of hot water through rock formations concentrated this gold into the veins and deposits that we search for today. The human relationship with gold is a story that stretches back to the dawn of recorded history. Some of the earliest evidence of humans using gold comes from ancient Egypt, more than 6,000 years ago. The Egyptians believed gold was the skin or flesh of the gods, particularly the sun god Ra. Its eternal shine represented immortality. For this reason, their pharaohs were buried with extraordinary golden treasures. Most famously, Tutankhamun, whose solid gold death mask is an icon of antiquity. They were not using gold as money in the way we do, but as a sacred material to honor their gods and ensure their rulers' journey into the afterlife. As civilizations developed, gold's role evolved. In the ancient kingdom of Lydia, in what is now modern-day Turkey, people took a revolutionary step around 600 BC. They created the first standardized gold coins. This was a pivotal moment in human history. It transformed gold from a material of purely religious and decorative value into a medium of exchange. Suddenly, trade became much easier. A merchant could be sure that a coin of a certain weight had a specific, guaranteed value. This idea quickly spread across the ancient world, from the Persian Empire to the Greeks and Romans, laying the foundation for modern economics. Throughout the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, the quest for gold drove exploration and conquest. European explorers, like Christopher Columbus, sailed across uncharted oceans, lured by tales of golden cities like El Dorado in the New World. This pursuit brought immense wealth to nations like Spain, but often at a terrible cost to the indigenous peoples they encountered. The desire for gold reshaped the map of the world, creating vast global empires and forging new, often brutal connections between continents. Gold was the engine of this age of discovery, funding armies, navies, and the ambitions of monarchs. In more recent centuries, the discovery of gold has triggered massive migrations of people known as gold rushes. In the 19th century, the California gold rush of 1849 and later rushes in Australia, South Africa, and the Klondike in Canada drew hundreds of thousands of prospectors. These were ordinary people hoping to strike it rich. These events rapidly populated new territories and accelerated the development of nations. Later, in the 20th century, many countries adopted the gold standard, which meant their paper money could be exchanged for a set amount of gold. This linked the world's currencies to a physical, trusted asset until the system was eventually abandoned. Today, gold's importance is more varied than ever before. While its role as direct currency has diminished, it remains a cornerstone of the global financial system. Central banks and governments around the world hold vast quantities of gold in their reserves. These gold bars, stored in high-security vaults, act as an ultimate form of national wealth. They provide stability for a country's currency and serve as a financial safety net during times of economic uncertainty or crisis. When trust in paper money or other assets falters, gold's long history as a reliable store of value makes it an essential anchor for the world economy. For individual investors, gold offers similar benefits. Many people choose to buy gold coins, bars, or invest in gold-backed funds as a way to protect their wealth. It is often called a safe haven asset. This is because its value tends to hold steady or even increase when other investments like stocks and bonds are performing poorly. It acts as a form of financial insurance against inflation, which is the process where money loses its purchasing power over time. Owning a physical, tangible asset that is not tied to any single government or bank provides a powerful sense of security and diversification for a personal portfolio. Beyond its financial role, gold has become an indispensable material in modern technology. If you are using a smartphone, a computer, or even watching television, you're using gold. Because it is an excellent conductor of electricity and does not corrode, it is used to plate tiny connectors, switch contacts, and bonding wires in all kinds of electronic devices. Only a very small amount is needed in each device, but with billions of gadgets produced each year, this industrial use adds up to a significant portion of the annual demand for gold. It is also vital in aerospace, used in astronaut visors to reflect solar radiation, and in satellite circuitry to ensure reliability. And of course, gold's most visible and ancient use continues to thrive: jewelry and decoration. Its beautiful luster, resistance to tarnish, and rarity make it the ultimate material for expressing love, commitment, and status. From wedding rings that symbolize an eternal bond to elaborate necklaces worn on special occasions, gold jewelry holds deep personal and cultural significance. It is a way to celebrate life's milestones and to pass down heirlooms from one generation to the next. This cultural demand, combined with its financial and industrial uses, ensures that gold remains one of the world's most sought-after commodities. The journey of gold from the earth to our hands is a remarkable process of engineering and science. The process begins with mining. In large-scale operations, miners dig deep into the earth to access veins of gold-bearing rock called ore. This is known as hard rock mining. In other areas, often along rivers, miners use a method called placer mining, sifting through sand, gravel, and silt to find gold particles that have been washed away from their original source over millennia. Today, the world's leading gold-producing countries include China, Australia, Russia, and the United States, each contributing significantly to the global supply. Once the gold-bearing ore is extracted from the ground, the processing begins. The rock is first crushed into a fine powder to liberate the tiny particles of gold. A chemical process, often involving a cyanide solution, is then used to dissolve the gold from the crushed ore. This allows it to be separated from the waste rock. The gold is then precipitated out of the solution and smelted. Smelting involves heating the collected gold to extremely high temperatures, which melts it and allows any remaining impurities to be removed. The final product is pure liquid gold, which is poured into molds to form bars, known as bullion. Even in our digital age of cryptocurrencies and complex financial markets, the way gold is traded is a fascinating blend of the ancient and the modern. Major gold trading hubs in cities like London, New York, and Shanghai set the global price of gold, which fluctuates constantly based on supply, demand, and world events. It is traded physically, as bars and coins, but also as financial contracts and through exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. This constant activity shows that despite no longer being official money, gold is still watched and valued every second of every day. Its price is a key indicator of global economic health and investor confidence. From a cosmic collision of stars to the ring on a finger, gold's journey is truly extraordinary. Its unique combination of properties, its radiant beauty, its resistance to decay, its practical utility, and its profound scarcity has secured its special place in the human story. It has been a symbol of the divine, a catalyst for discovery, a foundation for economies, and a crucial component in our technology. It provides security in times of trouble and celebrates beauty in times of joy. For these reasons, gold has earned its title as the King of Metals. Its timeless allure has not faded, and its reign is certain to continue long into the future.